Hey, buddy. We spent a lot of money on whiskey last year.
Yeah, Felicia Day kind of put us way over budget also. So,
True.
What do you think? We go cheap?
I don't even know what I have on me. $1. 5.
$15?
15.
Let's
do it.
We didn't plan.
We didn't even plan that.
Welcome back to Worth the Dram. I'm Grim.
And I am Red. This is your home for whiskey reviews, cheap opinions, and hopefully some new jokes for the new year.
Maybe we can start recycling the old ones.
Well, we'll have to wait a little bit, and then I think we can recycle them, and it's like they're new again.
You mean, all right, so you're talking about a reboot.
Yes. Did you ever watch that show, Reboot?
Yeah.
Reboot. Yes. We immediately went off on a tangent.
Yeah.
That might be the quickest tangent.
Yep. It's a new record for the new year.
Yes.
Anyway, so hey, I sent you off to the store with $15.
Yes, you did.
Did you find something good?
I did.
Yeah?
I'm very excited.
Whip it out, buddy.
I'm whipping it. Evan Williams. Bottled and bond, 100 proof, $15. I mean, that...
Can't go wrong.
We've talked before about how bottled and bond was, at one point, a guarantee of quality.
Yep.
It being having, all the regulations it has to go through to call bottled and bond.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Grabbed Evan Williams.
Yep.
That's the whole story of my trip to Total Wine.
Just to quickly recap Bottled and Bond.
Yes.
This obviously meets all the criteria because it's got it slapped across the label.
It does.
So 100 proof, aged in a federally controlled warehouse, product of one distiller, product of a single distilling season.
Yes.
Yada, yada, yada.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.
I don't know why I went straight to Arnold with that.
We always go straight to Arnold's.
Yeah, it's true. So a little bit about Evan Williams. So these days it is distilled at the Heaven's Hill Distillery in Louisville, Kentucky. Although, it's important to note, it's bottled in Bardstown.
Same place as Willet.
Yep.
Yeah. If our astute viewers will remember that.
Because we had Willet a couple weeks ago.
We did. And you had it recently on a bar cart.
I did, actually, just a couple days ago. Yep. Man, time.
Time is weird.
Time is weird. Anyway. Evan Williams, as of 2010, is the second largest distributor of Kentucky straight bourbon, just behind Jim Beam.
Really?
Yep.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. I did research as well, and I didn't come across
I'm not going to lie, it's probably because of the price point and being bottled and bond. I've heard good things.
I mean, those are the things that made me go, I'm going to go pick this up.
Yep.
So, Evan Williams himself was born in Pembrokeshire?
If I had to guess, yeah.
Pembrokeshire?
Dale Pembrokeshire.
Dale Pembrokeshire.
Americans would probably pronounce it Pembrokeshire.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to Americanize it too bad.
Yeah.
Sure. And he emigrated to the U.S. in the late 1700s. He opened his first distillery right on the banks of the Ohio River in Kentucky in 1783, which then calls back to Evan Williams has a 1783 expression.
Yep.
That's kind of their topper end.
Yeah.
Topper end being $20. Yeah. Quality for a good price. Anyway, so there's a historical marker designating the site as Kentucky's first commercial distillery, but I can't read Grimm's handwriting.
The Filson Historical Society. Disputes that claim.
Disputes it as the first commercial distillery.
Yeah.
Really? Where do they say it's the first commercial distillery?
So I didn't actually see that.
Oh.
I
shouldn't have asked you the question.
No. Because that it is a good question. They actually note on their page that it's really hard to pin down what could be the first because almost all of them actually claim to be the first commercial distillery.
Yeah.
They dispute that claim in particular based off of some evidence that Evan Williams actually emigrated from London to Philadelphia in 1794, which was way after.
Yeah. Interesting. I think we've talked about it before. Like in the late 1700s, there anybody who had a farm also made whiskey.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also sold that whiskey to their neighbors.
Yep.
So no, I get that. That would be tough to pin down, like who was the first.
All right, so
ready? Are you ready?
Yep.
Screw top.
Zero satisfaction. 'Cause even though Weller's had like a nice satisfying. So, fun fact: Evan Williams, the man himself, was actually elected as the Louisville harbor master
Really?
in 1797, which is actually all right. So, being the harbor master, that individual would generally be in charge of like the cleanliness of the wharf,
The harbor.
in the harbor. It's ironic because
It's not as gurgly as Willet, but
getting a call back. So that's a nice gurgle though.
it's close.
Anyway, so it's ironic that he would be elected as the harbor master in charge of the cleanliness of the harbor because during that time he was actually in the middle of a legal battle. City officials had declared his distillery and their sanitation practices as terrible, basically. They basically declared his wastewater coming from the distillery as a nuisance.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I'm assuming. So when I think Louisville, I don't think ports. I don't think harbors. So is it like a river port?
Yeah. I've got nothing left to add here. I do want to the mash bill real quick is 78% corn, 12% rye, and 10% malted barley.
Ooh, okay. I like. So my preference, I'm coming to like narrow in on my preference for bourbon, and it is the higher corn, higher malted barley, lower rye.
Okay.
So when you say 78% corn, I'm like,
So that higher corn is going to lend a lot of like soft sweetness, and then
Yeah.
that malted barley is going to bring that kind of thick, that beery air up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like when you go like thick like that. Like
You like that?
yeah, just it's a nice hand movement. Yeah.
So ethanol is in the forefront for me, but behind that, once you breathe it out of the glass and get it out of the way,
It definitely benefits from a swirl before
Yeah.
you put it in your nose.
it's really. I mean, it's not that complex, but it's really light and really pleasing.
Yeah, I mean it smells like a standard bourbon. So
Yeah.
caramel, vanilla, oak.
Yep. I'm gonna say it smells like a cheap bourbon, but not bad cheap.
Yeah. No, I get
You know,
what
like
mean.
it, not like it's not like you would describe somebody wearing a cheap suit. It doesn't have those nuances that we've seen in the more expensive
Yeah.
ones.
Well, kind of like what you smell is what you get.
Yeah.
There's not depth to it. It's just here it is.
Yep.
But yeah. Yeah, once you get past that, and really swirling gets rid of probably 90% of that ethanol. I get,
Vanilla oatmeal, I'll give you.
well, you know, we say a lot that smell is what it reminds you of, what memory it brings up.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily smell oatmeal or, barley in particular, but it does remind me of sitting over a warm, you get the steam rising from hot oatmeal. And you kind of get that steam in your nose.
That's it.
Like
Yep.
that's what it's reminding me
Yep.
of. Right now. That's
It's
the
not
memory
so
it's
much.
calling
It's
back.
not so much a scent on the nose, but it's like the thickness of that air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Damn, that air thick.
So I mean, like I said, it's really not that complex.
No, fairly simple nose.
Yep.
But
Cheers to the new year.
cheers, buddy.
Real smooth.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of the alcohol bite.
Nope.
At all.
There, you do get that tiny little bit of rye spice. Ooh, wait, hold up. That's not rye. I mean, you can taste the rye in it, but
It's spicier.
it's peppery.
It's pepper. Lately, I've been starting at the finish. But, yeah, that finishes with pepper. That finish is warm. Like, you got a black pepper kernel stuck in your teeth, and then, like, 2 hours later, you crunch it,
Yep.
and you get that kind of spiciness.
Yep.
Spiciness.
There it is. Yeah.
And then I'm now starting to get warm. Just high warmth.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good heater.
Yeah. Heater in your chest.
I mean, you say that for every whiskey that we drink since the Jeremiah Wheat, but this one is a real
Yes.
heater in your chest.
That's just like that memory is, or that episode is burned into my memory.
You know, so I'll tell you that, like, just first impressions from the first glass. Like, we've obviously, as last year kind of came to a close, we definitely tried some higher end drinks.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, granted, we're not up there in, like, the Macallans.
No, but I mean,
And the expensive ones.
Boo Rye, there's a Booker's in there, Midwinter Night's Dram.
Yep.
A couple of one-off barrel picks.
Yep.
Distiller's cuts.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting into those. Like, we're experiencing the high society. The finer things.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. This, I mean, for $15? Yeah.
All day.
Yep. All right.
So, didn't talk. We talked about the finish. We talked about the. So when I first drink it, though, I get sweetness right up front, little sweetness, little oak.
Yep.
Maybe a hint of vanilla in there, and then it kind of transforms to that peppery finish.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like it's not going to knock your socks off, but it's also not going to break the wallet.
Oh man, that might have been a little citrus tang, right up front when it first hits your tongue.
Yeah, right.
It's like that feeling you're feeling. Oh man. Okay, so the feeling your mouth gets when you first take a drink of orange juice. That
so
kind of like sharp,
that acidic bite right
Yeah.
up front before the sweetness sets in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, and then instead of sweetness setting in, it's oak and vanilla, and then pepper.
Yep. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, man, I feel good. I feel like I'm starting off the new year pretty good right now.
We are getting better at this.
Yes. I
mean, if you remember the first episode, I took a sip of Bushmills. I'm like, this just reminds me of NASCAR.
Yeah.
Like, I can't taste it.
I mean, that was a good story, though. I mean, you went, real quick.
Real quick.
Fun fact.
Ooh. You got one too?
I got a fun fact.
All right.
All right, so back in the 18th century, Evan Williams had a reputation for being a great medicine for fever and chills, but not a great whiskey.
That is a fun fact. I'll say so. I think that they've dropped that reputation here.
Yes.
I mean, they're making better stuff now.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little bit like Kurt Russell with the hair. Like, maybe Roadhouse. Kurt Russell with a beard, hair.
I've got the circle of life stuck in my head. Anyway, so hey,
Remember.
I did a thing.
Oh.
Yeah. While you went to Total Wine with your $15, I happened to find $6 in the couch cushions.
Oh, nice.
And I also got this bottle of Four Freedoms, Canadian's second finest whiskey.
With natural flavors.
Premium select.
All right. Well, it's premium.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be. For $6, I mean, we're talking budget stuff here.
We are.
I should not have poured myself first.
Comment down below. What's your favorite budget whiskey? What do you like to
Please.
drink when we're out of the good stuff, or maybe you're on vacation and you can only get to like a Circle K that only carries. You poured yourself a shot and a half there.
I don't have to go anywhere after this.
Oh, that's true.
Also, this is very yellow compared to the Evan
It
Williams.
is. Maybe you got anything else like that? Maybe like that? Yeah, Evan Williams is like almost exactly the color of apple juice.
Also, this smells like straight up vanilla frosting.
This looks like apple juice after it comes out of me. Oh my god, it does.
Vanilla frosting and rotten apples, actually.
I was gonna say vanilla frosting and like old vanilla frosting.
I'm just going to pop this one back. I'm not getting into it.
I'm gonna sip it a little bit. Alcoholic vanilla frosting.
Yep.
That lingers in a way I don't like.
Second glass.
So all that alcohol that we had to swirl to get rid
Ooh,
of, that's
yep, gone.
Yeah.
And that just kicks it off with like just a really nice, just a smooth. Actually, you know what? Cold caramel. Doesn't
Yeah.
really, it just smells a little bit sweet, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna. You said smooth, and then you said cold caramel. I thought you were gonna call cold ball bearings again. And
This is not the smoothest thing that I've smelled.
no. Okay. No, I mean it smells like a simple bourbon.
Yeah, that's it. That actually, you know what? Simple is a very good term.
Yeah.
It's affordable. It's simple.
It hasn't let me down at the price point.
Nope.
Like,
Nope. Not at
I
all.
was honestly not expecting. Like I would expect $15 to get more closer to 4 Freedoms.
Well, now we've got a hell of a baseline set for the rest of the year.
So I think I said it like 4 minutes ago, but comment down below what's your favorite budget whiskey. What have you tried that low budget, and I mean $15 and under?
Let's
That
say
was
$20 and
$20
under.
and
Let's
under.
say
$20
$20 and under because I want to include Old Tub because that
Yeah.
was a hell of a
Old
budget
Tub was
buy.
good. Old Granddad is another one.
Yep.
But that used to be under $15. But I'm going to go on a mini rant here. The hipster whiskey community were like, hey, you
So
guys,
us?
you need to get into that. So us. And now Jim Beam is slowly raising the price.
Yeah.
So now you can't get into Old Granddad until like the $18 price point, and you can't get to 114 until 25.
Mm-hmm.
And 114 was like the go-to high proof budget bourbon for a while.
Yep. I mean, it happens though. I mean, because
It does. It's not a rant. It's just a.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, I don't want to. I want to get back to the
Yeah.
glass here.
So all those same notes we caught on the first glass, just without that kind of ethanol kick in the background.
Yep.
Caramel, vanilla, oak, kind of that hint of grain.
That
hint
heftiness
of-
that
yeah.
you get from the malted barley. I mean, 10% is a little on the high side for a bourbon.
Yeah,
Little. I mean, we've seen mash bills all over the board
that's true.
since we started here, but I think 10%.
Yeah,
The high corn and the high barley, I think, kind of stands out for me a little bit.
yeah.
I'm ready if you are.
I'm ready. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's interesting. I almost feel like it's sweeter after sitting.
Sweeter, but caramel vanilla is more subdued.
Yeah.
It's a general sweetness, but that oak is,
Riding higher.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, my first thought when I drank that was a little bit higher sweetness, and then more subdued peppery kick. Like that pepper is there.
Yeah. I
But
was going to
it's
say, like,
not-
the rye spice is gone.
Yeah.
I feel, for me, that pepperiness, that pepperiness,
Pepperiness.
peppery spiciness.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled pepperiness.
Pepperiness?
Pepperiness.
Anyway, I feel like all that spiciness is gone
Yeah.
after resting. I kind of like the bite from the first glass.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. This is a perfect, affordable, bottled in bond. This is a quality product for an affordable price for mixing.
Yes.
I mean, neat, it tastes fine, but, I mean, so the website does actually recommend a specific cocktail, and if I remember correctly, it's called a horse's neck, which is actually, it's really similar to like a highball.
Oh, okay.
So it's 2 ounces of this bourbon in particular, and then you just fill the rest of the glass with ginger ale, and then you just put a long spiral cut lemon peel right into the cup.
Nice. I mean, that is exactly a highball.
Yeah.
Just with bourbon. No, I think this is one. Okay, I got a confession to make. This is not the first time I've bought Evan Williams
Nope.
white label.
That I know.
What I did with the last bottle is in your fridge.
Yeah. It still makes me a little nervous.
Yeah?
We can try it. You want to try them right now?
I mean, it's 100% up to you.
So,
It's got a little extra kick to it.
we're going to break format again, and we're going to bring in a third drink.
Trace.
Yep. Sam, would you do me a favor, and would you grab the
Monkey shoulder bottle.
monkey shoulder bottle in the fridge?
Yep.
Yep.
Having said that, I didn't drink Evan Williams straight. I used the last little bit of Evan Williams I had from the
It
experiment.
won't have a label on it. It'll have like a pewter trio of monkeys on the top of it.
This one.
Yeah. So the last little bit of Evan Williams I had in that bottle is the only Evan Williams I've actually drunk before this, and it was and it was in a Manhattan,
Okay.
and it was good.
Yeah.
Manhattan's kind of my go-to. Like I know other folks go, oh, old fashioned, that's my whiskey cocktail. Old Manhattan for me is mine.
Also keep in mind, like, so if you go with a cheap whiskey and a really fine vermouth, or a cheap vermouth and a fine whiskey, you're going to equalize
So I went
those two drinks.
I went cheap vermouth, cheap whiskey.
Damn. All right.
And it was pretty good. Definitely one I recommend.
Yep. So I don't think this is one for sipping neat, really, because like there's really not much.
I mean, I don't mind sipping it neat.
It smells like toothpaste, but like the fruity, like a kid's toothpaste.
Okay, I get that now.
So I don't.
I didn't before.
This won't disappoint you.
There's no bubbles in this, so I'm
Yeah,
I'm
think yours is
assuming we're
fine.
good.
It's really not meant for drinking neat. There's really nothing to experience drinking neat. I think it would actually really shine in cocktails.
100% agree.
So what did? So we
So-
haven't mentioned. This is Evan Williams bottled in bond.
Yes,
Evan Williams bottled in bond. Infused
infused
by you.
by me with pear, cinnamon, a little bit of clove, and a little bit of orange.
This smells exactly like the fluoride toothpaste I put in my 2-year-old's mouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
High five, buddy. That's a hell of an infusion.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, so I'm going to do a bar card episode, and I'm going to make a few things with this.
Anyway, all right. So I think we've gone on pretty long for a $15 bourbon.
Yes.
So let's get into impressions here. I think actually, you know what? I've already really touched on mine. Like it's fine sipping neat, but there's really nothing to experience.
I wouldn't mind drinking it neat
Yeah.
if this is what I could get.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even want to say that because that also has a negative connotation. I wouldn't mind sipping this neat if I was just in the mood to drink whiskey
Frugally.
frugally.
It's a weird word.
Frugally. If I was in the mood to drink whiskey anti-Scrooge McDuck style, I would drink. I would probably reach for this.
Yeah, you can't go wrong for $15.
No, I'm definitely a fan.
And it's so much more than just good medicine for fevers and chills at this point.
Although it would be good for that. Oh,
You know,
man.
I've had a lot of recommendations
a hot
for
toddy with
blackberry.
this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I've had a lot of recommendations for blackberry brandy for a fever.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll give it
A
shot.
lot of recommendations from one guy that I used to work with.
So next time I have a fever, I will live stream me drinking blackberry brandy.
If you can't
That's
find
tough to say.
if you can't find the brandy, you can just use Jeremiah weed. Let's get a banner going. Ready? Yeah.
That was the first banner of 2021.
First banner of 2021. This was a hell of a pick.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for something on a budget,
Yeah.
proof, you could sip neat, but would make a hell of a cocktail.
Yes. Anyway, hey, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, where this one posts a ton of stuff all the time.
Hopefully you can't hear me whispering back here. I'm trying not to, but
You'd be surprised at how sensitive these microphones
yeah,
are.
you can fix it in post.
I won't.
Oh no!
I'll boost that shit.
And remember, no matter how you like your whiskey, that's the right way.